let's now get you all the updates now with regards to Cyclone Amphan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit the cyclone-hit areas of both West Bengal and Odisha to further assess the damage on ground, and he will be doing an aerial survey of the most affected areas of both the states. Now, this after Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had requested the Prime Minister to visit the worst affected areas after Cyclone Amphan claimed 77 lives after it hit Bengal and also Odisha. Now, the restoration work in Bengal is currently underway in the worst affected areas like the north and the south 24 Paraganas and several of the areas which has been severely affected because of the cyclone. Now, the Prime Minister is expected to conduct review meetings in Kolkata first before leaving for Odisha in the afternoon. Meanwhile, the IMD authorities have now said that the depression has weakened into a low-pressure area around the north of Bangladesh and the neighbouring areas. In fact, it is likely to weaken further as it continues to move towards northeastwards. In fact, as the restoration work is currently underway, several parts of Kolkata continues to remain plunged in darkness after Cyclone Amphan wreaked havoc in the area of Kolkata. Several of the houses damaged, the electricity poles ripped apart, trees have been uprooted. So currently, the restoration work is underway. In several of the areas, there is no road connectivity after many of the trees were uprooted as well. The disaster management teams in Kolkata have been on ground to clear the debris and make the roads accessible. My colleague Tamal brings us this ground report.
It's very late on Thursday evening and it's pitch dark around. This is what the extremely severe cyclone Amphan has left behind. Roads after roads, lanes after lanes, neighborhoods after neighborhoods completely cut off. And it is a Herculean task for the city to get back to its feet. Before it could do so, it has to first clear the muck, clear the debris and ensure connectivity. At this particular neighborhood in Kolkata, the work is going on in full swing to first remove this huge tree which has fallen off on the road. It has taken along with it the high extension wires, essentially disconnecting power. So the power is gone, the road is disconnected, locals are complaining that they do not have water to even drink. And at this point in time, the disaster management team of the state, they are trying to work on the ground to cut the tree into pieces and in a way remove the debris to ensure the road becomes accessible once again. So yes, several people deployed here. As you see, the disaster management team of Kolkata Police, they are on the ground and they are working tirelessly because this is not the only road which has been cut off. There had been roads after roads, lanes after lanes, completely cut off. People are putting in their efforts tirelessly. People are working tirelessly because such roads are extremely important, just not for connectivity, but for normalcy to return. So yes, the city has possibly seen the worst, but at the same time, the city has shown extreme resolve. The state has shown extreme resolve to ensure it gets back to normalcy as soon as possible. So yes, on one hand, the state is battling with COVID pandemic. On the other hand, this very cyclone has been a double whammy for the state. And even though people are trying to get back to their feet, the city is trying to get back to its feet. The concern is how can both continue parallelly. One, manage the pandemic, ensure social distancing, at the same time ensure that the city roads are clear, the city neighborhoods are clear and connectivity is smooth once again. The power is still cut off at several parts because such wires have gone off, wires have come down with the cyclone. This is the brutal face of the nature's wrath, a nature's wrath which has left behind the telltale signs of devastation. The city of Kolkata will possibly take years to forget what it has witnessed on 20th of May, 2020.
That is, of course, the ground situation and the impact of Cyclone Amphan on several of the areas in the state of West Bengal. Now, the worst affected areas continue to remain the north and the south 24 Paraganas, which has been ravaged because of the Cyclone Amphan. The road connectivity there being lost. Several of the low-lying areas in these districts are inaccessible. Many of the areas continues to remain inundated due to the torrential rains as well. But if we talk about Kolkata, currently the restoration and the clearance work is underway, as my colleague Tamal was pointing out. Kolkata continues to be plunged into darkness as several of the electricity poles were ripped apart, and therefore there are efforts being made to restore the power supply at the earliest. In terms of clearing of the roads, it is of course a Herculean task because several of the roads, the connectivity is lost because of the trees that have been uprooted. So right now it is a Herculean task on part of the NDRF officials to ensure that the roads remain accessible, and hence that work is currently underway in Kolkata at this point. Remember, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has said that the devastation that was caused by Cyclone Amphan was unprecedented, and hence she urged the Prime Minister to visit the state and review the situation. We are of course looking at the Prime Minister who would be visiting the worst affected areas in both West Bengal and Odisha and take stock of the situation. He will be conducting an aerial survey to take stock of the cyclone hit areas, the worst affected areas in both West Bengal and Odisha. Additionally, 77 lives right now have been lost, and this is unfortunate news that is coming in of 77 lives that have been lost at this point. Several damage that has been caused to the property as well. Trees that have been uprooted, the electricity poles that have been ripped apart. So currently the restoration and the clearance work is currently underway. The worst affected areas continues to remain that of the north and the south 24 Parganas, Sundarbans area and many other areas which are worst affected. Additionally, the Prime Minister is also expected to conduct review meetings. First, it will be in Kolkata before he leaves for Odisha in the afternoon. Now, the IMD authorities have come up with a prediction. They've said that the depression currently has weakened into a low-pressure area over the North Bangladesh and the neighbourhood areas as well. It is likely to further weaken as it continues to move towards northeastwards. So, in terms of the schedule of the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister would be arriving anytime now at the Kolkata airport. He will then board the chopper for the aerial survey to take stock of the situation of the worst affected areas in the state. Let me bring in my colleague Sreyashi, who's joining me live, getting us an update on ground of the current situation. Sreyashi, good morning. Give us a sense of the current situation on ground. The restoration work, the clearance work is currently underway. What is the current situation on ground?
Well, right now we are reporting from College Street. This is the book paradise of Kolkata, and you can see the kind of destruction that has been left behind. Things have been completely destroyed due to the rain and the cyclonic storm. There have been water that has been stagnant inside the shops. The shopkeepers have only been able to come back today and open their stalls to check the kind of damage that has been made. And it's only visuals of complete destruction. You can see these are textbooks that have been destroyed. There are all sorts of books that one can get here in College Street. It's one of the looked after area in West Bengal. When you need to look for a book, there is not one textbook that you will not find, or any kind of book that you will not find in this area. But when we spoke to the shopkeepers, they said that around 4 feet water was inside their stalls. These are the stalls, these are yet to open, but the ones that have opened are in great worry because of the kind of damage that has happened. If I can speak to this man who's दादा कतोटा क्षति हुआ है, कितना नुकसान हुआ है आपका?
नुकसान तो बहुत हुआ है, अभी तो उसको सब निकालने के बाद ही पता चलेगा।
अब जब आके दुकान खोला, क्या हालत में था आपका दुकान?
बहुत खस्ता था।
पानी जमा था?
पानी है अंदर में।
और ये साइक्लोन जो आपने देखा, ऐसा कभी हुआ है? क्योंकि कॉलेज स्ट्रीट में काफी पानी जमता है मानसून के टाइम।
वो तो होता है, लेकिन ये तो एक्सेसिव हो गया, ज़्यादा हो गया। पहले तो कोरोना ने मारा, इसके बाद ये साइक्लोन ने मार दिया।
Well, that's the worry that even the state administration is facing right now, because the COVID-19 outbreak is still there in the state. And along with that, of course, this cyclone has added to those worries. And these are the textbooks that you can see on your screen, of school textbooks from different curriculums that have been completely destroyed in this cyclonic storm. And the shopkeepers are trying their best to recover as much as possible. Looks very grim for them. lots of losses. This is just one part of Kolkata. The entire city has been hit by the monstrous cyclone, and the loss, if I can come to the main road, I can ask my DJ to show you. There are trees that have fallen on either side. There's one there, there's one behind us also here on the road. They are yet to be cleared because of these trees that have fallen. They have snapped the wires along with it on the pavement and the electricity poles, due to which now there is no electricity in these areas, and thus one cannot use their water pumps to draw fresh water. So this is the kind of situation that Kolkata is now battling. Before it goes back to normalcy, it's going to be a long road ahead. Back to you.
Absolutely. Srishi, many thanks for joining us and giving us that ground report there. We're going to cut across to West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee speaking.
Everything will be all right. It will take some time because it is a severe disaster, catastrophic and severe disaster. So it will take some time because the people are not available even to work because COVID situation and all this. So chief of disaster is going on together. We just hope that with the help of the local boys and girls and the other administration, we will be able. Even just now, I talked to my mayor also 3-4 times. I told him to contact the railway and port also if they can give some tea cutters and all. They have some because I work as a railway minister, so I know that they have some system also. So now rail is also not operating, so they can give some machines. And Odisha also told us that if we need anything, we have our manpower, we have our capacity, but it will take some time. Police is also working tirelessly, and the municipality workers and all the agencies they are working. I think the district is very all the road and all the embankment is totally broken. So nobody can identify what is a village and what is a road. So it is very difficult. Only the local people can do it. So yesterday we had several meetings with all the departments, and we have instructed all the departments to work immediately to move.
মিটিংটা বসিরহাটেই হবে, মিটিংটা বসিরহাটে
একটা 1 ঘন্টার মধ্যে একটু বসে একটু কথা বলা।
সেটা কি ওখানে না বসিরহাট? যদি ফেরার পথে যদি একটু দয়া করে আমাদের সঙ্গে 2 মিনিট কথা বলেন তাহলে থ্যাংক ইউ। তাহলে আমরা ওখানে
Yesterday after Navanno, I visited some local areas.
Right, that's the kind of situation there in the state of West Bengal. Several of the areas there, the restoration work is currently underway. We'll continue getting all the updates of the cyclone hit areas of both West Bengal and Odisha. But time now to slip into a very short break. Back in just a bit.